Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to dive a little bit very quickly into the music streaming world with a head-to-head comparison between two big giants right now, Spotify and YouTube Premium. I'm not including all the others like Pandora, Amazon Music, and I forgot that Tidal, even though Tidal was bought out by Spotify. Anyways, so buckle up and we're about to answer some of your burning questions. All right, so let's go into the fact of what are some of the benefits of Spotify. So one benefit is, of course, with Spotify, it's music focused, to the point where basically Spotify's core is music. Their vast library offers millions of songs, curated playlists, personalized recommendations, and powerful discoverability features. Another is, of course, high quality audio. Spotify offers three quality audio qualities levels, basically, with the highest reaching of 320 kilobits per second for lossless sound. And of course, and then another one, of course, is offline listening. You can download your favorite music for offline playback, perfect for commutes or travel. Then, of course, they also do offer podcasts and audiobooks, and it expanded its offerings with a very growing library of podcasts and audiobooks for more content and variety. And one of the biggest, podcasts, of course, is, Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan Experience, if you are familiar with it. And one of the things that Spotify first had in the very beginning, which I think no one really utilized, was the social feature, where you were allowed to share playlists with friends, follow artists, and see what others are listening to. Now, some of the benefits of YouTube themselves, YouTube Premium, of course, is one, it's video focus. So with YouTube Premium, you also get YouTube Music. So we're going to combine the two basically at this point. So with YouTube Premium, it's video focused. YouTube Premium unlocks ad-free viewing, background play to all YouTube videos, including music videos, live performances, and documentaries. But also the other aspect as well too is, as I mentioned, you get the music streaming as well too. You get access to millions of songs through YouTube Music, offering background play, offline downloads, of course, custom playlists. Another big factor having YouTube Premium, meaning you're paying for it, is you get the originals and exclusive contents from like YouTube originals and exclusive content that's not available anywhere else. And this is YouTube originals themselves. Of course, you have content creators themselves putting on there, and you can watch them without having to go through ads and such. And the other big factor, they also have a family plan savings where you could share your YouTube Premium subscription with up to 5 family members for an incredible value. So meaning not only do they get other family members get to use YouTube Premium, meaning watching YouTube without ads, but also YouTube Music as well too, and having all the advantages of YouTube Music. And then one of the other biggest factors, it integrates with other YouTube features like save video. You could save videos to watch later, which is pretty nice. Create watch lists and access to YouTube Music directly from within the YouTube app as well too. And the other factor is with YouTube Music, if it's not there, sometimes I'll post it up on YouTube itself, but it'll be, of course, music videos like the Vivo channel and whatnot, and you can watch it from there, from that perspective. Now, what are some of the advantages of Spotify, basically? It has higher audio quality. It's for audio files. Spotify has 320 kilobits per second, which surpasses YouTube's music's, which is 256 kilobits per second, basically. Now, of course, it's got a better discoverability features is one of the big things that I loved at the time in the beginning, where Spotify's algorithms excel at suggesting new music that you'll love, while YouTube Music's is recommendations. They're still working on it a little bit to the point where, I'll put it this way, once Bard comes into play and they start integrating more and more with it, it might change a little bit factor. But right now, the discoverability features of Spotify is really well used. I mean, let's be honest, with YouTube Music as well as YouTube Premium, some of the recommended stuff that they come, sometimes you might not want to see it, but it's based on whatever they're doing. And they're trying to copy a little bit of what the TikTok algorithm is a little bit, and they're trying to improve upon, of course. And then, of course, there's the podcast and audio library for Spotify, where Spotify offers a broader selection and exclusive content in the podcast and audio space. And of course, as I mentioned again, the social features, where it offers a vibrant community with sharing basically, and follow features, which enhances the social aspect of listening. Now, with that, there's also YouTube Premium now. Some of the benefits or advantages of YouTube Premium, as I mentioned, was the video content, as I mentioned earlier, where, if you're music video lovers and those who enjoy visual experiences, YouTube Premium provides that with unmatched access to videos at a premium where you don't have to watch the ads themselves. You also, again, as I mentioned, exclusive content and originals. Not only from there can be exclusive YouTube music releases as well too. That's specifically released on YouTube via YouTube video that you can watch on that point. Versus sometimes Spotify, of course, being the mainstream out there, some people will release to specifically only Spotify, but nowadays people are releasing out to YouTube themselves. And the other factor, as I mentioned, basically too, is one of the big factors is the family savings plans. It shares a subscription cost with 5 family members, making it more budget friendly. And as I mentioned before, integrates with YouTube features very, very well. Now, the pricing itself can vary between the two, basically. So, like with Spotify, the single, which is basically yourself, you have to pay $10.99. If you can do a duo, which is basically 2 accounts, for $14.99, and you can pay a premium of $16.99, which is up to 6 users basically. And then of course there's the student discount with $5.99, and with the student discount you also get a couple of months free of Hulu subscription with the ads themselves of Hulu, of course. Now YouTube Premium, you have the individual, which is about $13.99. If you choose the yearly, which is about $140, it averages out to about $11.67. So that's for you as an individual if you pay upfront the yearly cost. Family members up to 5, actually. Sorry, I should have said 5, not 6. It's about $22.99. And then, of course, with the student discount, you get $7.99 for the student discount. Now, of course, you might be asking, is like, well, why would you want to do, YouTube Premium over Spotify? Spotify is cheaper. Because one of the things is Spotify still doesn't do videos as well yet. They do provide some aspects of video music, but there's still other aspects of video content, like from the content creators that you like to write, like to watch, basically, and also create yourself as well too. But at the same time, you want to watch these content creators, such as myself, and you don't want to see these ads pop up in the middle of the stuff, in the middle of the video, where you have to either wait and watch the ad or skip. Sometimes they'll come in an opportune time. So that's one of the nice things about YouTube Premium, that you get that, but they also add a benefit of a vast library with YouTube Music as well too. Now, one of the big factors is with YouTube Music, of course, is that it's not as vast as a library as Spotify per se. I mean, they're getting up there right now, but one of the things is if it doesn't exist on YouTube Music, chances are it might exist on YouTube videos, because artists are posting up on YouTube videos. Spotify, they'll push up on their point and they'll put it up there for that matter. And then eventually, sometimes they don't, but it all depends, depending what it is. Now, if you're a musician, and you want to monetize on this, they both offer monetization for, from this perspective, where like with Spotify, it offers high royalty payouts per stream compared to YouTube Music. However, with YouTube Music though, it also offers other opportunities with video content. So not only do you get the opportunity to like also get monetization from the streaming of the YouTube Music, but there's also the video. If you put the video up there, you get double monetization at that point. Now the video itself is much more compared to the actual stream itself. But at the same time, if you want a higher royalty fee, you go with Spotify. Now, of course, there have been arguments against Spotify, and people have started asking for more and more royalty fees from there. But at the same time, YouTube Music, between the two, as a starting artist, if you're a starting or struggling musician, but more of a starting musician basically, and you want to post something up, more often than not, people are posting up on TikTok first, but some are also posting on Spotify and on YouTube so that they can post it up there. And that's one of the nice things about it. You can post up there without any issues. Specifically with YouTube, for that matter, you just post up there for free, and that's pretty much it. Now, the winner depends on your individual needs and performances. I'm not saying this is one of those things where you should choose one or the other. It's just more of a case of what best fits your need. If you really prioritize audio quality and of course discoverability with some social features, of course, then Spotify might be a better fit for you. However, if you value the video content as well as the exclusive content within the videos themselves, and of course the family plan savings, then YouTube Premium makes more sense at this point. But you have to consider your priorities, of course, and we might want to try out both platforms for free to see which one resonates with your listening habits. Now, one of the things is there's a limit with the free tier between the two. Spotify does include the ads, of course, with limited features. And one of the biggest ones is basically it's capped at 128 kilobits per second. Similar to YouTube Music, that's also limited with the audio quality of like 28 kilobits per second. But on the web player, on the mobile aspect of things, it's much lower in resonation as well. And the other factor is you can't play it in background music, whereas at least Spotify you can. That's one of the drawbacks that YouTube Music doesn't have, and I wish they would work on that. It sounds like they're getting to it, but it's not there yet. I wish they could, because like, you could still listen to YouTube ads from that perspective. Now, of course, with the free tier for YouTube Music, not only get the ads, but also with YouTube as well too, you see the ads as well too. But then you got to deal with all that stuff as well too. So that's one of the big factors that you've got to look into at that point. Now, between the two, like I said, it's up to you. Amazon Music, some would say, oh, what about Amazon Music? Well, Amazon Music Prime Music does offer 3 million when you're an automatic Amazon Prime member. But if you want for a much larger library, you have to pay more. But the problem is it's not as vast of a library as compared to YouTube Music and Spotify, to be honest. Let's be blunt, it's not as big. Pandora, of course, is getting bigger, as well as SiriusXM and such. So it's going to be an interesting factor to see which one's going to be bigger. I would not be surprised if Facebook jumps into this and starts getting it, knowing full well that they can monetize with music, because they're trying to monetize with video. I think they should be able to monetize on music at that point as well too. And if they offer much higher, better quality than both Spotify and YouTube Music, it might change them considerably at that point. So let's not let's not have Facebook out of the picture just yet, because like they might come in, because like, I mean, let's be honest, they're going to do this. It's going to be there. Of course, it is. From that perspective, that might be 2 or 3 down the line, 2 or 3 years down the line, or it might not be, for all we know. I mean, it might be secretly something they're working on, or they might think it was like, hey, it's not really worth it. Honestly, I think it might be worth it for them from their perspective, what they're trying to do, considering that Google, Spotify, as well as Apple Music, and of course Amazon Music has some aspects of it as well too. It's just a question of like, is Facebook willing to pay for the royalties? Outside of that, it'll be interesting to know. Like, let me know in your comments which platform you prefer and why. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more music related content, but any other comparison content that I'll be putting out there is for that matter as well too. But with that, I'll leave it at that. And of course, as I mentioned, I do read all my comments, and I do respond to them when they warrant a response. So as I said, like, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what your platform you use and which one you prefer and why. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Unfiltered, unedited, and of course, always unrehearsed. Until next time.